Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a reading on love. And so this can be for any kind of love situation. It can be romantic, it can be family members, friends, maybe even coworkers, maybe just loving yourself, but it's just love in general, which is the theme, and it's the name on the box. So I just thought it was appropriate here today. We're only going to be using 3 different decks here that I'll list in the description box below if you guys are interested in purchasing them. But yeah, I just wanted to basically focus and get some topics that we needed to know in regards to just love. So the theme is going to be love, and it could just be challenges that we're having in this department. So we're just going to let Spirit be our guide and bring forth messages that we need to hear. So as usual, these readings are not going to resonate with everyone, so take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. There might be certain topics that come up that are for you and other topics may not. So just kind of pick and choose what you guys want to take as far as your messages. This particular deck is called the Divine Energy Oracle by Sonia Choquetti. I think that's how you say it. Sonia Choquetti. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these right here for our topics. This particular deck here is called the Guardian Tarot. It's very cool. I was in Barnes & Noble the other day with my daughter, and I happened to see these decks, and I was just like, oh, I got to have them. You know, like another hole in the head, like I need another deck, but I just was like, these are really cool. And the reason I like these is because each piece of artwork is watercolors, and I've never seen that in a deck before. Now, I'm sure there are other decks that have this, but I thought it was very unique. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these over here. They're very new, so they don't really spread well yet. And then this is called the Trust Your Vibes deck by Sonia Choquetti. And I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I have gotten a few lessons on some of these names of these decks. I so appreciate you guys reaching out with, with lessons on how to pronounce things, as well as other things too. Okay, so I'm just going to put these up here. Now let's get started. All right, what does Spirit want to bring up in regards to our love, the people that we love, the relationship that we have with ourselves, etc.? Let's go. Let's get into it. First topic, we have accept disappointments gracefully. Well, of course, you know, life can be very, very disappointing. It really can, but it's all in the way that we accept what has happened gracefully. We can piss and moan, we can freak out, you know, we can do all types of things. And some of these things can be therapeutic, while others can sometimes just be completely destructive. I've fallen into both categories many, many times and have learned from these mistakes. But yet I still make these mistakes. So, you know, am I really learning from it? Maybe here and there. But it's not about perfection. It's just about being able to accept that certain things just don't work out for a reason. Whether it's something that we need to learn, something that we've done, there needs to be some sort of consequence perhaps for our actions, maybe the consequences of actions for other people. Regardless, at the end of the day, we need to accept these disappointments gracefully. So why don't we go ahead and get 3 tarot to pick up on some of the energies that this may have to do with. We have 4 of Cups. This couldn't be a more perfect card. The 4 of Cups is kind of like the refusal of an offer or a missed opportunity, somebody declining an offer. It could be you, it could be somebody else. But this is kind of like that energy where something comes to you or you offer something to someone else and you or someone else is just like, you know, I just don't want to, or I just am not feeling it. Whatever it is, it's disappointing. It really is. And so I think that that's actually the perfect card. So it could be a rejection for some of you. You had to reject an offer or somebody rejected your offer. So of course, this is very disappointing. There's nothing probably worse than being rejected. It brings up all kinds of energies for us. It can bring up rage. It can trigger us enormously. It can make us feel abandoned. It can make us feel stupid. It can make us feel all kinds of things. So that right there is just really indicating that we need to try our best to just accept that this is something that just isn't working for whatever reason. Could be just for the time, or it could just be the way that it is from here on out. But we need to accept it with grace. So let's go ahead and get another message here. Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay, so some of you, this could have to do with romance. And the reason I say this is because the Knight of Cups is usually associated with a romantic kind of an energy. So if this isn't if this isn't resonating with you, this was probably not the message for you. Maybe the next one will be. But yeah, it could be that you really, really wanted this cup of love, or maybe this is you rejecting an offer of love that came to you. It can go either way. But this is about people that need to accept this rejection gracefully. That's what it is. And we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is about single, independent energy. It could be for some of you that this is something that you need to understand. It doesn't mean that, like, you might be taking a rejection so personally, like you're not good enough, really personalizing it, really personalizing the fact that somebody just, is not accepting your offer, not accepting your cup of love, not accepting what you would like to partake in with them. But the 9 of Pentacles is somebody who is extremely independent and they are working on their own abundance. They could be so career oriented right now that they don't have any time or any desire for romance. Okay, that might be something that you're wanting to do, but that's something that they're not in that headspace for. So it could just be that you're taking some sort of rejection very, very personally. And what I'm getting is that you're dealing with somebody who is used to just being alone and doing things the way that they want to do them. Maybe they're working on themselves. Maybe the rejection of you really isn't a reflection of you and your shortcomings. It's more of a reflection on their own shortcomings and the work that they need to do on themselves. Now, this could also be that you're having to reject somebody because you know that you need to work on yourself. You know that you're in no shape to basically bring on or bring in some sort of a romantic situation for yourself. So it might be that you're dealing with somebody that's having a very difficult time accepting your rejection of them gracefully. That could be it as well. So why don't we go ahead and get some advice from this Trust Your Vibes deck. Yeah, look at that downtime. That's an energy here. Instead of trying to be on that wheel, trying to make something happen, this is an energy of relaxing and pulling away and trying not to make something happen that just isn't meant to happen right now, or maybe even at all. We really need to pull back. This is also an energy for some of you that might be dealing with a situation where you don't necessarily want a romantic connection with somebody, but you know that's what they want. But yet you don't want to lose either the friendship or the connection or how this person benefits your life. And what it's telling you is that you need to basically bow out gracefully out of this person's life, because you may just be leading them on. That may not be something that you're meaning to do, but some of us get involved with people that we know how it's going to go. We know what they desire. We know what they want. And it sucks to basically have to pull out of those connections, but you know how it's going to go. So you just have to do it. It's very disappointing, not only to you, but to the other person. It's hard to reject people, but sometimes that's the best thing to do, rather than allowing this rat, to continue to run tirelessly on that wheel. We've got to pull out. We've got to basically do what we need to do. Sometimes the nicest thing to do to somebody is to reject them and let them down gently. They'll get over it. So that could be a message for you, how you're feeling towards a rejection, or you rejecting someone else. All I know is that there is a special message in there for someone that we need to basically pull away, lick our wounds, take the time to heal, or allow someone else to do the same. Okay? Interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. What else do we need to know? We need to be of service. Very interesting. So in what ways do we need to be of service right now? We have the Two of Wands. It's about thinking about something that we want to do, making some sort of plan, making a decision. Interesting. Look at this, you guys. The Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about collaborating with other individuals, working with other individuals in order to get things done. Be of service. So it could be for some of you, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of connect the first message if this has something to do with you. Maybe you're in a down period where you're feeling rejected. You're feeling bummed out because somebody does not want to partake in a connection with you. They're either not ready, they're not at that point or that level in their life where they want something like this, or they're just not there. And so rather than being disappointed and sitting around and thinking about how bummed out you are that this one person just is not feeling it with you at this time, what Spirit is saying is it's time for you to pull yourself out of this energy and be of service. This is about coming together with like-minded individuals and seeing what you can do for yourself, or seeing how you can help out or help others or be of service to others at this present time. Because being of service to other people is actually being of service to yourself. It goes hand in hand. So we're not just sitting around being depressed over this. We're actually out in the world and we're living our lives. That's the best remedy to any kind of disappointing situation, is to spend time with other people and create something and make a difference. Interesting. Yeah, we have the Tower. So the Tower is about pulling down old paradigms, letting old things go that are no longer serving us, letting things change. This is about rapid change. This is about change that we may not feel like we're ready for, but it's going to happen either way. So we might be really trying to hold tightly onto something that we don't want to let go of, that we don't want to change, but it's inevitably, it's happening. It's going to change. It's inevitably going to change. And there's not really a lot that we can do about it. The Tower to me is kind of like that divine intervention. Something needs to come crumbling down. Something needs to change. The structure that we've built up is faulty. It needs to basically come down. So we need to allow that. And it could be that while this transformation is taking place, while something is basically falling apart, this is a great time to come together with other people that may want to be of service to you and give to you, and in regards to a support group or system or something like that. It's very beautiful, kind of helping you to make decisions for your future on how you're going to move ahead or how you're going to move past this particular disaster, if that's how it feels like. So let's get some advice. Yeah, sleep on it. There is some kind of an energy of kind of downtime, pulling back, resting, sleeping on it. What Spirit is saying is that Rome wasn't built in a day. That's just kind of what came into my mind because of that Tower's energy. Rome was not built in a day. So how you're feeling from one moment to the next, especially when you're going through some sort of an emotional turmoil or crisis, your mood and your feelings may shift at least a dozen times throughout the day. So it's kind of like your feelings and your emotions can be very unstable until you're feeling solid again. So what Spirit is saying is that when you sleep on it, you might wake up feeling completely different, in a completely different headspace. So if you're feeling like you are needing to fix everything today, Spirit is saying, relax. It's going to take some time. This healing is going to take some time. Finding your way or stepping maybe perhaps into your purpose, it's going to take a little bit of time. So sleep on it. It's okay. This is also an energy. You can see this person's laying in bed, and then we have the two angels that are also helping to rejuvenate and heal this person as they sleep. So allow your guides to come in and also assist you. Ask your guides or specific spirits or angels to come in to help you to, move past or transition through whatever pain that you might be currently experiencing when it comes to some sort of disappointing situation with another person. Okay. So I'm also getting that there's other fish in the sea. So this doesn't have to just be romantic. This could be friendships or families or just any kind of disappointment that we're feeling in life. And it's talking about pulling yourself up and dusting yourself off and realizing that there are other people in the world that will be a part of your life once again, or that will make you happy once again. So if you have had a string of disappointments with whoever or whatever, Spirit's saying, every single night when you go to sleep, you wake up and it's a chance to have a brand new experience. It's a brand new day. You can start fresh in the morning. So if you're crashing and burning and you're feeling like shit and you're feeling like, I don't know how this is going to basically ever be okay. I don't know how I'm ever going to feel happy again. Spirit's saying, sleep on it. You'll feel different in the morning. That's beautiful. I love it. So let's go ahead and continue and get some more messages. These two wanted to come out together. We have build on solid ground and do all things in moderation. You know, that's really cool because we were just talking about the Tower's energy. Something was built on a faulty foundation, okay? And we also have, let's see, a lot of cards that are talking about, you know, just downtime and kind of pulling away, you know, and sleeping on it. So it's like there's some kind of moderation. We're trying to rebuild. We're trying to heal. We maybe want something to happen immediately or something to happen quicker than it's happening right now. But we need to realize that these things take time. Again, that saying, Rome was not built in a day. We may want to rebuild and restructure right now, and we certainly can. But we might be trying to bite off more than we can chew, or we might be expecting, you know, to build mountains in a day, and that's just not the way that it's just not realistic, is what Spirit's saying. So be in this energy of moderation. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy the steps. Enjoy the process of healing. Enjoy all of the steps in between. It's not just about the ultimate destination. It is about the journey. So let's go ahead and get some cards that have to do with this. Yeah, there's some sort of pain here. 10 of Swords. We might feel completely stabbed in the back. We might have felt completely just almost destroyed by a situation. But this is the deal. This is a chance to rebuild. There's something that didn't work for a reason. There's something that just didn't work out for a reason. It was for your highest and best good, or it's just something that's currently not working right now. You're being rejected, or you're being guided to reject a situation, even though you might want it, even though you might want to go down that road. There's something happening. It's almost like Spirit has a hand in your dealings right now, helping you to see that something didn't work for a reason, and that instead of trying to rebuild and restructure in the same way, in this energy of old energy, it's time to rebuild on a solid foundation this time and a solid ground. So these things are going to take time. We might want to jump right back into, you know, the way that we kind of deal with ourselves, or the way that we handle situations, like old patterns. We might want to do that. It's very easy to jump back into old patterns when dealing with pain and situations. Sorry. Oops, the cat's knocked over something in the next room. And then I got Andy. He keeps pushing this box because he's laying here. But I just keep getting that we might go back to old coping mechanisms. And we might want to just kind of jump back into things that make us feel like to comfort us and to shield ourselves from the pain. So I'll use this as an example. Rather than really taking the time to be alone in our pain, where we can heal and where we can really take a good look as to maybe how we got in a situation to begin with, we might want to jump back into another connection or relationship or a friendship or even another job to cushion the blow of the devastation that we may feel. And Spirit is saying you've got to kind of pull back and do things differently this time. You've got to rebuild in a different kind of a way. Don't rebuild while you're in this energy of still recovering and in your pain. Even though, yes, it can really help you to be around other people for healing and to be of service at this time, but you might be wanting to jump the gun and immediately go into another connection or in another job or in another friendship. And Spirit's saying, take some time. Don't rush this process. King of Pentacles, beautiful. So the King of Pentacles is an energy of being solid, being really, really grounded. I mean, you want to talk about being grounded to build a solid foundation. That's the kind of energy that you want to be in. You want to be in the King of Pentacles energy. The King of Pentacles has it going on. They're building from a place of stability from the very get-go. They're not building from an emotional place. They're not building from a, like a passionate place. They're not building based off of their passions and their emotions and their feelings. Not that there's anything wrong with building those types of things. Sometimes the greatest creations are built from that energy. But this is different. We need to be in the King of Pentacles energy. The King of Pentacles is really solid and steady and methodical and really thinks about what it is that they're building, really thinks about each brick that's being laid down, okay? And that's the kind of energy that we're being told that we need to really be in. So that's going to take some time, especially if you're usually not in that energy. I'm usually never in this energy, so I'm taking this as a personal message. Yes. Why? We got Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a real sad card. You want to talk about a sad card in tarot? There it is. We have pain and we also have sadness and disappointment from something that just didn't work out. But this is a chance for us to rebuild and restructure in a better way. You know, not all has to be lost, is what Spirit is saying. With the Five of Cups energy, that's usually a message that tells us, try not to focus on all the bad. Shit happens in life. Try not to focus on all the disappointment and all the things that didn't work out. Sometimes things just happen. Really try to focus that there's just certain things that come into your life within certain time periods. And then other things are just, you know, there's a season for everything is what I'm getting from Spirit. We have to accept this. Not every single connection that you make is meant to last a lifetime. It may just be a season. For some, it may just be a moment. But as long as we're holding on to this pain and this ending and not letting it go and not letting ourselves move past this sadness and this disappointment, we're not going to be able to build or rebuild, I should say, a structure that has come crashing down, because the Tower is in this reading, and that means that something has crashed and burned. Something has ended. There has been some sort of rejection, some sort of sadness and disappointment when it comes to an ending. All of these cards are coming together. So we need to be in that King of Pentacles energy. We really need to get into that energy, and that's going to take some time, especially if we're already feeling very emotional. So let's get some advice. Accept the gifts of the universe. This is beautiful. Accept that there is a season for everything. Accept this gift of something not happening. Accept an ending, a lesson as a gift from the universe. It might be really hard to get yourself into that frame of mind, that something that you wanted so badly, something that you really felt, that's so for me, that's what I want, it's meant to be, but it's just something that's not working right now, or just maybe won't work moving forward. Regardless, there's an energy here that's saying you've got to accept the gift right now. The gift is the lesson. The gift is growth. You need to see this experience as a gift and a blessing, not a curse. Being in the Five of Cups energy, what you're going to do is you're going to continuously create crap. You're going to continuously create unstable energy or other energies and other connections and situations that are going to bring you sadness and disappointment, because that is the vibration that you might be stuck in, that everybody's going to hurt you, that you can't trust anybody, that nothing's going to work out, I'm always abandoned, etc., etc. This kind of energy needs to shift and change. We need to accept that certain things happen for a reason and that it's a gift. Every person, no matter good or bad, negative or positive, the experience is a gift for us to learn something. And that's what Spirit's saying here. Wow. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into another message here. Reach for the stars. Love it. It's not a time to think small. We've got Judgment. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So the Judgment card is about making some sort of a decision. It's also about really reviewing our past in a huge way. It's like major life review. Reviewing everything that you've gone through from your past, examining who you are, your part in all of the connections that you've been in, you know, your behavior, how it may have affected things. I mean, this is a major life review. It's also an energy of awakening. It's giving you a chance to basically move forward in the most positive way, closing old doors and walking through new ones. No longer willing to be connected or affected in a negative way to your past. So there's an energy that Spirit is saying there's something that might be still holding you back from reaching for the stars. The Seven of Cups energy is a card. Yes, it's a card of procrastination. It's also a card of having a lot of choices. But what I'm getting with this is that our head might be in the clouds. We might be in this energy of fantasy. We might be in this energy of really dreaming, but not doing. We want to reach for the stars and we have all these fantastic ideas, but there's some kind of a decision that we need to make. And we might be having a difficult time making this decision because we're in fantasy-based thinking. And when we're in the fantasy world, it's really difficult to make choices in reality that are solid. So that's why the Ace of Swords is here. The Ace of Swords is reminding us that we have to take that sword of truth and cut through any fantasy bullshit or anything that's causing us to not move forward with our lives in a practical, logical way. Swords energy is very intellectual. It's very practical, logical energy. Actually, it's more of like a logical energy. I guess Earth would be more based in practical. This is more logical. We need to be logical. This fantasy-based thinking isn't helping our lives. It's not helping us move forward in a positive way for ourselves, okay? Our head might be in the clouds about something. And the thing is, we might really want to reach for those stars. So Spirit is giving us that Ace of Swords, that sword of truth to say, now that this sword is in your hand, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to take action or are you just going to dream about something? Are you going to reach for the stars or are you just going to fantasize about those stars? What are you going to do? So the Judgment card is here to tell us the way that we've been doing things, has it been working out? Or is it time for us to change the program? Is it time for us to do something different, to actually take some sort of action in reality and make something happen instead of just dreaming about it and fantasizing about it and wishing and hoping and praying for it? Are we going to do something? Are we going to close an old door so that way we can go through a new one? What are we going to do? The choice is ours. The advice. You got to listen to your heart at the end of the day. At the end of the day, guys, don't even listen to this reading. You got to listen to your heart. Yes, I have the best intentions, and so does Spirit with these readings that come through. But I can't tell you guys what you should or shouldn't do. People come to me for readings all the time, and they want me to tell them what they should or shouldn't do. And I always make it very clear that at the end of the day, you have to listen to your own heart. Don't listen to general readings or even personal readings that you pay for. At the end of the day, if something doesn't feel right for you, don't frickin' do it or don't take the messages. At the end of the day, this is your life. Whatever this is, if it's holding you back, in your heart, you probably know that you need to get based in reality and make some decisions. But for some of you, you might feel, hey, you know what? I know my truth. I know what I feel. I know what I know. And the judgment call that I'm going to make is that I'm going to take that sword and I'm going to reach for the stars and I'm going to keep listening to my heart. So take this as it resonates. If this energy is helping you and it's causing you to live your best life and you are moving forward and you're able to reach for the stars, continue doing you. If it's taking away from your ability to live your life in a practical, logical way to where you're actually moving forward, then that might be a message for you to really listen to what your inner voice is telling you. Okay? So, let's go ahead and end the reading with one last message. Reflect on your truth. Interesting. Really reflecting. Now the Judgment card already came up, so that was telling us that we're in this huge reflection mode, thinking about the past, thinking about all of the experiences, thinking about everything that we've done so far in life and where it has led us, thinking of the actions that maybe we've taken or other people have taken and learning from these things. So we are reflecting on the truth. And truth is that Ace of Swords energy. We're thinking in terms of truth and logical energy. We're not lying to ourselves. We're not telling ourselves stories. We're clearing any fantasy-based thinking. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, beautiful. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of student. It's the card of craftsman, somebody who is working towards a specific goal. Okay? Something that you might be talented in, something that you really want to achieve in this life. Reflect on that truth and what you want to do moving forward. Is being connected to maybe a dream or fantasy-based thinking, is it taking away from your reality, or is it taking away from your ability to turn that into reality? It may be that we're reaching for the stars, but we're constantly just kind of hoping and praying for something to happen, yet we're not taking logical steps to make something happen. So we need to reflect on this truth. What are we doing? Is what we want to do, is it possible? Is it based in reality? Or are we just telling ourselves things that we want to hear? Yep, Ace of Pentacles. I love it. This is an energy here that's basically saying, reflect on your truth and then take action. This is an energy of reality. Both of these cards are. This is practical energy that's now coming through that's saying, hey, once you reflect on your truth, once you get very clear, and you cut out any fantasy-based thinking or any energies that's not based in reality, once you clear that energy up and you get very aware and you get very clear on your truth and reflect on what you can and maybe what, it's not that you can't do. I don't like to say you can't do what you can and can't do. We can do anything if we set our minds to it. But it's about actually being able to take those steps in reality. I do see some sort of physical world energy here. Once we reflect on our truth, all of a sudden, our energy shifts and changes. Our vibration changes to where now all of a sudden we are seeing some sort of abundance show up in the physical world. And the Eight of Pentacles to me is a card of working on yourself, very similar to the Nine of Pentacles energy. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of working on the self, very independent energy. But the Eight of Pentacles is about working on your craft, working on things that are important to you, working on your talents, fine-tuning your skills in this life, taking that class, doing this, doing that, things that are adding to yourself. So when we do that, when we focus on this truth, on our own truth, not the truth of a story, not the truth of someone else, not the truth of whatever, we're focused on our own truth, things start to shift and change. Things actually start to happen. Look at that little baby in that person, in that woman's womb. That baby can now grow. It's gestating in that womb. It's going to be born at some point. And then we're going to have something show up into our reality. Do you see that? So when we are focused on truth and we're clear in our energy and our minds and our thoughts, things start showing up for us. Page of Cups. I love it. Page of Cups is a beautiful energy. It means that whatever it is that we're thinking about as far as, how we're feeling. This is a very artistic, creative energy. It's very dreamy. So it's interesting because what this reading is showing is that kind of energy might be really, really standing in the way for some of you watching this video. And it might be that when you start to kind of focus your energy less in fantasy and less in that kind of energy, and you really focus more on the things that you can practically concentrate on and work on that have to do with you and yourself, it's almost like something is birthed and something actually shows up in the physical world in the form of what you do desire and what you've been working on all along. But when you shift the vibration of what you're feeling about, towards something, it manifests. So it's kind of like you take the focus off of what you're dreaming about and you focus it more on you, and then all of a sudden it shows up after. It's very strange the way it's popping through here, but that's pretty freaking cool, you guys. That's really cool. I love this. So let's get a last message from Spirit. It's a team effort. I love it. I love the images on this deck. It's a team effort. We plug in here and there. We're all connected energy-wise. We're all connected. So this is basically saying here, and it did show up early on in the reading when it came to the Three of Pentacles energy, collaborating with other individuals, spending some time in a support group or just where you're supporting other people. You're in service. Other people are in service to you. This is also your spirit team, your angels perhaps showing up, basically helping to guide you every step of the way. It's a team effort, as in you're not alone. You're not alone on this journey, and you're not alone energetically. We're all connected. So I feel like the whole point of this reading is that there's obviously some sort of sadness and disappointment that has taken place that has caused a lot of pain, excuse me, and a lot of, disappointment. And it could be the rejection of you giving this rejection to somebody else, having to reject something right now, or someone rejecting you, or something not working out. But whatever this is, rather than sitting around and wallowing in that energy, we're being asked to pull ourselves up and really, really invest in ourselves. And it's beautiful because as we do this, it's almost like things that we actually do want and things that we've been dreaming about show up for us later on after we make this switch in our energy. I freaking love this reading and I love the message. It's so empowering. So anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed those messages. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.